Welcome to this episode of Zeos-Platinum. If you don't know, because I've never done it before, Zeos-Platinum is sort of like where I draw the line between like, hey, this is affordable stuff and everyone should think about getting it, to, hey, this is really expensive stuff. Well, I say really expensive, but you know, this is class warfare and shit like that. But it's very, very good stuff. But it's probably not something I'd say 95% of my audience is actually going to be interested in or afford. Or be able to afford. The WA11 Topaz is Woo Audio, who's probably most known for tubes, their Fireflies. I reviewed their other, I'm going to make the biggest air quotes ever, portable tube amp a while back. And the thing weighed 2.2 pounds, and it was like a furnace, and it only lasted 4 hours. And in that same vein, Jack Woo decided it was time to put out a solid-state amplifier. This is their first solid-state, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a historian. I'm not an audiophile historian, although that channel would probably go far. And this is what Jack Woo thinks is the minimum, the bare minimum, for what a portable amp DAC combo should be. So, of course, it's 1 pound and as thick as a book. But I think it's, and this is the most important part about any of my reviews. If I say I think it's worth it, then you have to settle back and go, well, how much is it worth it? $1,400. Oh, God. Download the wallpaper in the description. Thank you for stopping by. Well, now continuing on to Zeos-Platinum, for the people who drive, McLarens in my audience. You got to define what portable is, and I went over this again in the old Woo review, because if you get like a little, here, let me just grab, like here's a little Theo. Oh, get out of here, you A5 bastard. Right? You the A5? Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a long time. Actually, you say the model FA5121. Whatever, it's the A5. Like, this is a portable amp. Is it also a DAC amp? No, this is just an amp. You plug it in, and it's that big. So there's a slight, and it's a big one. I would consider this a big amp. And then there's like that going on. Also, battery life in this up to, which means in the greatest possible scenario where you have got just, efficient headphones, you're not listening to very bassy music, because bassy music drains batteries faster, and you're listening at normal volume, 6 hours. So it's 1 pound. It's bigger than anything has ever been that you're like, and it lasts 6 hours. And yet Zeos is going to sit here and tell you it's worth $1,400. I'll tell you why. Because it makes headphones sound amazing. And I don't think it's like a cleanliness, like, oh, it's just super sterile. $789 or this, and I could actually hear a difference. And I think this is the Woo Audio tuning. The man works with nothing but tube amps all day. So he throws his efforts into a solid state, and it's going to come out with a warm signature. And oh my, is it delicious. Delicious. Can I read some specs now? We'll stare at the wallpaper for a second. Good. Then we'll read some specs. So, maximum power output at 30 ohms is 1.2 watts, which is actually significantly less than like an IFI Black Label Nano. The Nano Black Label, I think, is 4 watts. 4, which is insane. Just insane. But there was also, probably smaller than this, was probably that bit there where the curve starts. Like, take that away, and that was the IFI. So, the battle of the big boys here. But it also puts out, 350 at 100 ohms, and with my HD600s, which I just had on, which I will link in the description, because not enough people know that I painted these headphones, because I love them, and I still love them, and they still are great when you amp them properly. These are 300 ohm, and it puts out 120 milliwatts. It also is an output impedance of 1 ohm for both headphone ports. Let's go to the tour. we do the tour? Let's do the tour. Unplug all the things. We'll do the tour. So, this side, the name, the power button, there is a battery indicator. It is orange. Thank you for being orange, like tube glow. And you can see right now it's at 3 out of 4 bars. I've been using it on the desk4 for this final review for like, an hour, and it's dropped a bar. So yeah, 4 more hours, I'm kicking its ass though. Power button is basic. Hold it for a second, it turns on. Hold it for a second or two and it turns off. The end. We move to the front. We have got a 1/4 inch output, unbalanced. Very nice. We have got a 4.4 Pentagon connector, which is this thing here, which is what is replacing. Do I have a 2.5 millimeter anything just sitting around like real quick? Like I'll be like, oh, no, but you know what a 2.5 millimeter is. It's this thing here. It's the little tiny one that balanced, and everyone puts it on. Theo has it on and other things. There's a couple on the units over there. But everyone's moving towards the bigger connector because the little 2.5s snap. And no one, unfortunately, has even paid attention to IFI trying to push that 3.5 millimeter balanced, which would solve a lot of issues and only require 1 plug and then whatever. So this is the future, everybody. Take a look at it, all right? It's bigger than a normal, let me see. It's bigger than a normal 3.5 millimeter because it's a 4.4. It's like going up in a caliper in a gun. It's very nice. So it has balanced output on the front. So you're getting a portable balanced headphone amplifier or unbalanced. We also get the volume knob here, which has this wonderful texture on it. And although it's got an indicator there and there, I don't know if you could see it in the reflection. There's a notch and there's another notch and they line up. It's very hard to make out if you're not perfectly under like studio lighting with the reflection just there. It's sort of like, I wonder where my volume is. Can anyone see it? And again, you could fix that if you got a piece of like yellow tape or a magic marker, or actually have white pens. If this was my unit, and it's not, I have white paint pens, like very, very fine Japanese made ones, and I would just go, draw the line between the two and you could just see it. It's very smooth though. It's got a little bit of like a sticky factor to it. But that's good because if you're going to be portabling this, you don't want it to be accidentally banged around, although it does sort of stick up. That is going to be one of the negatives when I talk about the negatives. This side, Alcantara. Why the hell not? I don't know. Just Alcantara, yes. The bag. Here's the bag, if you want to look at the bag for a second, which doesn't use a zipper. It uses like advanced Velcro, and it barely fits in said bag. Hold on. It's so tight. There you go. Zip it up. WA Audio logo, which is a tube. Alcantara. Oh, I love Alcantara. You unzip it and you got to pull it out, and your fingers, if they're like mine, literally like that's like you have to, they make it too wide, and so you got to sort of like shake it out of its tight ass bag. But I like the bag regardless. Yeah, that's what's on the side here, and there's something about like really nice materials on things that don't belong there. It doesn't need Alcantara on it, but I love it. Moving on to the back, we get 2 USB-C ports, a charge port and a DAC port. Now we'll talk about the charger in a second because we're going to first talk about the balanced line in. Also a 4.4 millimeter connector. So Jack Wu, I picked this up at Can Gym, New York, and he was like, oh, do you have a wire to feed this balanced through a 4.4? And I went, no, who the fuck has that? And he was like, okay, here, borrow this one that we're using at the show, and it's a Kimber cable. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is the first and hopefully last time a Kimber cable has entered my domicile. To give you an example of why I'm sort of negative on the whole Kimber cable thing, it's nice. It's wood here, it's connectors. Oh, it's a nice braid. It's very nice. Oh, it's got the Axios. It's the Axios XLRs from Kimber Cable. Great. There is a USB Kimber cable at the bottom of the actual purchase page for the Woo Audio. And the USB cable in the shortest length and whatever termination, the cheapest termination, is $970. So I don't know what this actually costs, but Jack Woo loaned it to me because I didn't have one, and I'm pretty sure I have to be sure to give this back because it's probably worth more than the amp. Again, this is an episode of Zeos-Platinum, where you people that can't just throw $2,000 away on an auxiliary cable, why are you even watching? God! Go back to sweeping the dead off the streets or something. I'm going to put this back together now. Hold on. What's the lowest class of people in, like, Indian culture? The untouchables? Yeah, that's everybody who can't afford Kimber cables. But I asked for that, and that's because I want to test the balanced line in, which is switchable. That's the two things, charge and DAC, so you can charge it while using it as a DAC. Because you probably can't keep this running on like a laptop. It comes with, I'm sorry for blocking out anime waifus. It comes with a cable. It comes with two cables. I only got one because, again, I picked it up at the show. A 3.5 millimeter to 3... Oh, wow. A USB-C to USB-C OTG cable, and then a standard USB to USB-C cable so that you could run it off a computer. But the charger this comes with, this Rushian, puts out 3 amps at 5 volts. So the only way you can keep this thing running indefinitely is to use its charger to charge it and then hook it up to your computer. So it comes with actually I was wondering why is there a bright white charger in there? Oh, because it's a 6 amps total. So you could run 2 3-amp devices on it. And I'm not going to run it on the charger. I'm just going to let it run, let the battery kill itself. It shouldn't take me 3 hours to finish this review. So that's sort of weird that it doesn't include a standard non-balanced input. It might have to do with the way they design the architecture. It's a true balanced amplifier in here. So I'll leave it at that. The bottom, you get the serial number, and you get 2 switches that are recessed rather like way down. They're not going to get hit accidentally, but I could easily flip them from high to low gain, or as it calls it here, level, and then you could pick line in or DAC depending on your usage case. Now, let's get on to how you use this, or where you use this, or why you own one. Stop it, phone. So in this case, currently, I'm sitting at my desk, right? Let me paint the picture for you. You're an executive. You're a very busy man. You got places to go, people to see, prostitutes to hide in the trunks of cars. Wait, that's Italian. That's not anything else. Okay. Point is, you're going places. You go on planes. You go on trips. With only a 6-hour battery life and the fact that this gets hot. Now, it's warm to the touch right now. Warm. But me being Zeos, and I'm like, well, I want to test this. I want to go for a walk. I took the Sendi Ivas over there, and I have the 4.4 Pentacon connector for them. And I'm like, that's perfect. I'll plug it into this. I'll plug the USB cable into my phone, and I'll just take this with me. This 1-pound thing. I'll take it out into the world with me. Enter the fanny pack. Available on Amazon. The link's in the description. Because I used to use the fanny pack for streaming, and now I've sort of removed that need because it was just super annoying. But there's no way to travel with this thing running. There's no clip. It's bulky. The fact that you have to have the DAC cable come out of one side and the headphone cable come out of the other means you can't put it in your pocket, right? So it's not designed for that. By the way, when I had it in the back, the fanny pack, and I had the fanny pack behind me and a coat on so no one could see me wearing a fanny pack while walking around, although I was wearing Sendi Ivas, so it didn't really matter. The unit got so hot I thought it was going to explode. I think I measured it at 125 degrees Fahrenheit with my infrared thermometer, and when I was done, it was hot. It was hot. So it is not designed for enclosed spaces, and it is not designed to go out and about. What it's designed to do is the same thing the other portable Woo amp was designed to do. You're supposed to take it out of its little case, put it on your desk. If you have power for it, you power it. If you don't have power for it, you run it off batteries. You probably run it not balanced. You probably run it off the DAC. You plug in said headphone here. We have, actually I'll put the low gain for those. You take your expensive headphones, you put them on. You're at the office, you're playing music. Wait, what did I do? I gotta make music go. You listen to music, you go, ah. It's very fancy, very, very fancy. Wonderful, absolutely magnificent. And then you shut it off, put it back in its carrying case, drive back home, and enter your living room and set it up and listen to headphones there. And then you are done in the living room. I'm gonna go into the porch and read my novel that I'm writing and listen to my headphones there. And then maybe that's the point where you don't have it plugged in. You've got chargers everywhere else. It's a travel, it's a 789 that's portable, not the way that you and I think of portable, where it's like, oh, I'm literally going to travel with this on an airplane or a bus. No. In the back seat of a Rolls Royce. That's portable. You could place it on the little table there, and then you could, let me get a, let's really up this to platinum levels now. Hold on. Meze Imperiums was in the back of my Rolls Royce, my stretched Rolls Royce. I had it stretched. It's custom. I'm done with this pedantic, cheap balanced amplifier. Let us run it off its own built-in amplifier. Now, I want to point something out. This comes with this cable, this OTG cable, and it has to. Because here's the thing, USB-C, from all intents and purposes that I can find out, you don't need an OTG version of it. USB-C is beyond all that. But this is backwards compatible with USB 2. And I have to switch the switch in the bottom to... Oh, yeah! So, when I was going out and trying to take it outside to do things, I did two things. I bought this black tack, or gray tack. I literally stuck my Theo player to it like that. And I'm like, well, this wire is way too long. Let me buy a shorter wire. So here's a USB-C to USB-C, and they don't make OTG USB-Cs to USB-Cs because they don't need it. USB-C, the actual protocol, doesn't require an OTG version. But the WA11 does, because the WA11 is backwards compatible with lower end USB stuff. By the way, I'm linking to this because I need something on Amazon that I'm going to link. Actually, I'll link the Theo player. But yeah, I gray tacked that on here, and I've tried to use that cable, and nothing happened. I put the other cable back, works like a charm. So now, stay there, Chewbacca. I'm showing off what the point of this is, because I don't have to be at my review desk. My review desk is tethered. I have to have things plugged into the wall over there. Who cares about that? No. My couch. My daybed. The red leather seats. Yes, this. This is it. You put this down against you. You play Richard Cheese's Rape Me. Rape me again. This is living like a millionaire. Because I'm not giving up any of the qualities that normally going portable requires. And there are good portable DACs and good portable amps. But are they good enough to really satisfy Meze Imperiums, is the question. And this unit does. It satisfies that needs. This doesn't sound any better on my 789 or anything else in this house than it does on this. It's perfect. So, if you can see yourself going out on the deck, into the back of the wood shed, into the back of your Bentley, going to the office, pulling this out, going to a hotel room for the night with several high-end escorts, and once you're done with them, you want to relax and listen to music, abso-fucking-lutely this is worth the money. I've got to get into a different mind frame when I'm reviewing stuff that's costing more than my 97 Corolla costs. 1.6 with a manual and a broken bumper. This is worth more than my car. And that cable is probably also worth more than my car on its own. But there is if you don't have the limitations that of like normal people where it's like, hey, I just want the best portable DAC amp. The best one. Battery powered. It only has to last 6 hours because that's the longest time you'll probably ever be away from a luxurious place where you can plug it in and charge it. So I give this the Zeos-Platinum double Italian pinky ring of approval. Like, I don't have any pinky rings, by the way. Oh, by the way, comparing the DACs, because I know people are going to get real like, well, you didn't tell us if the DAC in this is as good as, like... I mean, this is a $200 balanced DAC. This is the Geshelli Labs. Linked in the description. And I love this thing. This is what powers or sends signal to both of my 789s there. And that's about as good as you need to get. And it's about as good as you need to get. And this sounds equally as good as that. My only issue is, again, you can't just feed it a normal signal source, which, by the way, I can't plug that in this in because the stupid Kimber cable's got a giant wooden plug and it won't fit. This is it's not even a status thing. No one's going to know and respect you for having a Woo Audio amp. They just like, well, this is for you to buy, for you to say, I have got the best thing I can carry around. It's 1 pound. It gets hot. It only lasts 6 hours, but it does have Alcantara on it. I'm going to keep talking about this until everything has Alcantara on it. Theo, what could this cost? Someone who knows the cost of like leather materials. How much does it cost for this? Because I would take my laptop and I would just get a piece of it and Super 77 spray glue Alcantara on it. And it'd be amazing. Worth its price. Its price is fucking high, but if you're going to do the things I said you're going to do, and not just, you know, plop it on the desk. You could legitimately just get this for your desk and be done with it. And never go anywhere with it. But that feels like you're wasting 45% of it. Like, pick it up. Carry it to another room where you don't normally listen to music. And have your headphones, whatever they are, whether they're Meze Imperiums or HE600s or fucking KSC 75s I took on this. I'm not lying. Portapros, KSC 75s, those are the Andromedas. In case you were staring at one of those IMs? These are the Andromedas. Because everyone says, oh, the Andromedas, they're so sensitive, they'll always pick up on the noise of an amp. So I plug them into this with the silver connector that I got from AudioQuest. Silver, I say! And sure enough, if you play it and you mute it and you turn it up, you hear... But you know what kind of fucking... Like, hold on, where is it? 118 decibel signal to noise ratio. Best portable amp DAC combo you can get. Most expensive? Certainly not. There's way more expensive stuff out there. But I respect the simplicity of this. It's just, like if it had a fiber optic input, that would be nice. But I don't see it for the usage case when you're walking and sitting on the couch because your phone won't have that. Your phone will have an OTG cable. You'll be able to plug this into your phone and stream from some service that doesn't exist yet. You'll be able to plug it into your laptop at the office, at a hotel. You'll be able to sit down at your gaming computer, which rich people don't have gaming computers. Like really rich people, they don't have gaming computers. They have other people that have gaming computers and they just plug into those. Yeah, no. I'm going to wholeheartedly recommend it to people who are actually looking for a portable solution that is just a pound and under $2,000. So there you go. I'm sure there's going to be something in the future that I review that I touch. It's like, oh, this is only $2,500. And then it's like Zeos-Platinum Double X Edition. Okay. Anything else I didn't talk about? How does it sound, Zeos? How does it sound, Zeos? As good as anything in my fucking house has ever sounded. That's it. That's the best I can tell you because it's an amp. It's slight warmth. Just the most. If I'm listening to my HD600s and it's right up there with like the best tube experience I've ever listened to, yeah, I have to give it the nod, the big old Zeos nod. So link to this in the description. Link to a couple other things in the description. That wallpaper, she will be in the description. I will not link to the Kimber cable. I have morals and standards. I'll definitely link to Gray Tack because anyone who uses cock rings, the rubber rings that go and hold, like if you wanted to hold this to this, like no, you just put a small line of it there and there and you go, and that would be done. Well, that would be utterly silly. But yeah, thank you for watching this. Up next, the I don't know if it's up next or if I did it before that, but the cutest is here. And everyone's like, oh my god, the chord cutest is more Zeos-Platinum? Hardly. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Check out the Patreon, by the way, which supports this channel. I know that's odd to say as I review a $1,400 amp DAC that was loaned to me. But there's other things and expenses. This is expensive. That need to be taken care of. And we will appreciate it. We'll the whole Team Zeos, which currently consists of pasta and cheese. Holy shit, my 2 employees are pasta and cheese. That's fucked up. I'm very Italian. Yes, they will appreciate it, as people do. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by.